take it. So obviously, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Matthew Whittlesey. Chris actually cracked the joke before, but actually, I'm his best friend, and he's just a friend of mine. So obviously, I was really honored when Chris asked me to be his best man, but then I was really apprehensive, because I'm actually so used to talking about myself. I thought it would be really difficult to talk about somebody else for a couple minutes. But he said if I do a really good job, I'm the best man at his next wedding. Yeah, so I've actually known Chris for about 20 years. Actually, we both met in Marbella. We grew up in Spain. We both went to the international, was it international? Yes, we both went to the International English College, or EIC. So I think we met in year 9? Year 9. So my first day at a new school. I don't think Chris had very many friends, because he decided to be friendly on that first day. And the one thing that really stuck out about Chris that day, wasn't his dashing good looks, his wonderful smile or great teeth. It was actually his hair. He had beautiful ginger curtains down his face to about here. But actually, lucky for him, it's almost all gone. So basically, growing up, we did actually do everything together, like Tweedledum, Tweedledee. So we did a lot of good things, but we did a lot of bad things. Probably a lot more bad things, especially to our teachers in school. So I actually think we spent more time being thrown out of classrooms than inside classrooms, on top of all the countless meetings at the headmaster's office. Sorry, Sue. But I actually think at the end of it, we're actually able to get away with it because we're quite smart students and like good people. Or our parents have very good negotiation skills. Most probably the latter, for sure. So there's probably a lot of things you actually don't know about Chris. Obviously, a lot of those I can't really tell you tonight because it'd be inappropriate. But Chris used to always apparently say, basically, he's a bit of a late bloomer, shall we say. He actually never used to get very many girls. So I remember growing up, he used to tell me, like, in summers, I think it was the end of year 9 or year 10, he'd be going out in Calamanda to Trafalgar Bar or El Salto. He called me up one day and said, Matthew, you need to come down to Trafalgar, like, there's so many birds. I pulled 7 birds last night. So basically, obviously, I'm all excited. Wow, 7 girls, that's a lot of girls, right? So I come out, we go out, no birds. Chris definitely didn't pull. On the way home, I'm walking up, and he's like, I don't know what happened, Matt. Like, usually there's so many birds, and usually all just flock to me. So I till this day, I actually don't know how many girls he ever actually did pull. But one thing is for sure, he isn't going to pull tonight. So after Chris finished his IGCSEs, I think his parents took an executive decision to ship him back to the UK. Because they had to avoid the inevitable. He was bound to get thrown out of school anyways. So they didn't want to blemish his already tainted educational record. So he went back. I finished school. I did my A-levels. I went to University of Miami. We always stayed in touch. Actually, you probably stayed in touch more with me than I did with him. Obviously. And then we used to come, like, we did hang out. Like, I went, I could visit you a couple times. We hung up. We went to Chicago together. Anyways, he did manage to convince me to move back to the UK in 2009. I think he was trying to get over all the separation anxiety of leaving me back at school. So he convinced me to leave Miami, leave the coconut trees, palm trees, and tropical weather, to live in Clapham Junction in a single room, mold infested, which actually had a mushroom growing on the top corner. But anyways, it didn't take Chris too long to meet his match. I think it was 2011, 2012. It's a bit of a blur, I don't really remember what it was. But to be perfectly honest, there actually isn't a single person in this world that I'd actually be more happy for Chris to be with than Faye. Because I really do think they complement each other. They actually both started to look like each other over the years.
Ouch.
Yeah, so but actually Faye is actually a very special girl. Like there's not many people out there, or girls like her out there. You know, she's loyal, you know, trustworthy, you know, everything you kind of want in a girl. You know, she's really, obviously, just beautiful on the inside as out, unlike Chris. But she actually does make the best out of Chris, and I'm very happy that they both make each other.
Yeah.
So I know there's a few of us here tonight that know each other since way back when. So Christina, Chris's sister. Simon. Gemma. My assistant, James. But I do think it's pretty amazing we all have managed to stay in touch over the years. But I actually think it's not because of all of us being really close friends, it's actually because of Chris. Because Chris, I don't know a single person who could dislike Chris. And I don't know anybody who has as many friends as Chris. Honestly. I'm super honored to be here tonight with everyone, obviously to celebrate Chris and Faye's marriage. So what I'm going to do is just say a toast to the two of you.
That's mine.
That's not mine.
No, it's mine. Would you like some? Okay. You give me